stop using lines, stop using pickup tricks or whatever, stop looking for the next line, and instead understand what makes you attractive to women, understand how women think, and then build systems that allows you to attract women authentically through that, you know? That's really the thing.
This is something that I've run into trouble with. Like sometimes I'll get contact information and she's like pretty high interest when we're in person, but then the texting, it just like gets fucking lost. And it might be because this is what Chris and I have been talking about. It's like my game is maybe a little too gamey sometimes. She didn't respond to my last message. And it might be just because I was trying to get gamey again.
Yeah, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. But it's good that you're aware that sometimes you tend to be a bit too gamey, whereas the most successful and simple path would have been to just send a simple message without being overly gamey. So a lot of times it's like this, man. It's like the simplest path is the way. Sometimes you try to do like too many back and forths and try to be gamey and entertaining and stuff, and that actually kills attraction. And there's actually a section on that. It's called there's a section on that in week 4. It's called the anti-game paradox. The anti-game paradox is like this paradox where, yes, you need to be gamey sometimes and show some game sometimes, but at the core of it, you don't need any game, because attraction is not about what you say, but it's about who you are. Maybe you believe you don't deserve her, and so you need to overcompensate with sleazy ploys and tricks and tactics. And that's what I used to do, by the way. I used to be like that. And let me tell you a story, by the way. Let me tell you a story about this, actually. So basically in 2018, I went to my first like pickup seminar in Montreal, right? I connected with a lot of like game guys, like in some my WhatsApp groups, and I went to some pickup seminar. And then from that pickup seminar, they told me I should read like The Mystery Method, The Game, and all these books. So I started reading all these books like The Mystery Method, The Game, etc. And I started to learn all these routines and acronyms and structures and over-the-top lines and stuff like that. And I started to take note of them. And then basically, I thought I was smart and I thought I learned the game now. I thought like, shit, I read all these books, I have all these lines, now I'm smart, I have the skills, and I'm the man now. So then I went to a party, and at that party, there were a bunch of influencers, including like a famous public speaker in Montreal who was like super confident, super charismatic. Everyone was gravitating towards him. Like it was really like a really cool guy. You know, a lot of people were looking up to him, this famous speaker. I got into a conversation with him and I became friends with him. And at the party, we decided that we could talk to women together. So we saw a group of 2 attractive girls, and we said, okay, let's talk to these girls in front of us. So then we got into a conversation. I started talking with these girls, and he started talking with these girls too. And at some point, I don't know why, but I felt the need to just come up with some line that I read in some book. And you know those type of lines that are a bit over the top? Like I forgot what I said, but I said kind of an over the top line to the girls just to show that I had skills. And I blew it. I completely blew it. The girl just ran off, and the guy looked at me. He actually pulled me aside after, and he looked at me, and he said, "Man, come on, stop trying too hard. I was talking with you earlier. You weren't like that. Stop trying too hard. Stop focusing on doing attractive things." He told me like that. Like he this changed my life. He told me. I remember. He looked into my eyes. He pulled me aside, and he said, "Man, stop trying that hard. You're trying too hard to do attractive things and saying attractive stuff instead of becoming attractive and being attractive in the conversation." And that's when I learned that attraction is not about what you say, it's about who you are. He wasn't saying anything special, that guy, but every girl was gravitated towards him because he had that charisma, that presence. You could tell like he worked on himself. And the truth is, I realized I was using all these lines and tricks and stuff because I hadn't really done the work on myself. And because I hadn't done the work on myself, I was trying to compensate with external lines, which wasn't working. So that's when I really went on a journey of like working on myself and like the know thyself mission, the higher self prophecy, the stuff we're talking about. One of my mentors used to call them the three sacred questions. Like, what kind of man am I? What kind of life do I want to live? What kind of partners do I want to have? And really coming from that core foundations of knowing yourself and knowing who you truly are, so that you can communicate authentically and polarize the right way, polarize the right people based on what you're looking for, and what you don't want to have in your life. And it's just like a whole frame switch. And that moment at that party when he pulled me aside and told me that changed my life, man. So definitely stop using lines, stop using pickup tricks or whatever, stop looking for the next line, and instead understand what makes you attractive to women, understand how women think, and then build systems that allows you to attract women authentically through that, you know? That's really the thing. So yeah. Anyways, I went on a rant, but I hope this makes it clear. Now let's go over a quick thought experiment. Who here, heard of Nietzsche? I'm sure you heard of Nietzsche, even, for sure. No, Eric, you probably heard of Nietzsche. Yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche. Yeah. Well, this guy, basically, he's actually one of the best guys to study when it comes to psychology and philosophy and like just thought experiments about life. Like he really went super deep in many thoughts experiments. I highly recommend reading his books. He has so many great books. I really loved like the thought experiment of Nietzsche, which is called the theory of eternal recurrence. So let me explain. So imagine, okay, that right now, there's a demon that comes into your room, like a literal demon. He comes to your room and he tells you that basically you're gonna watch your life on replay for eternity. You see the life you've lived so far? Like, I don't know how old you are, Evan, but let's say how old are you right now? 34. Okay, I thought man, you look a lot younger. That's good. I mean, good for you. So basically, imagine there's this demon that comes right now and he tells you, okay, your life is over at 34 right now, it's over. And for eternity, you're going to have to watch the replay of your life on end, basically, for eternity. You're going to watch the live replay of your life. It's almost like you're sat down in a theater and you have the movie screen. And in that movie screen, you're going to watch your life like that, sat down, every day. You just rewatch the replay for eternity. Now, you're going to watch all the moments, like the boring moments, the dull moments, the happy moments, the successful moments, failure moments, every moment. And are you happy with that replay? And what could you do differently to make sure the replay is worth watching, really? And so are you going to hesitate to approach that girl and be in your head and think about pickup lines and state without approaching and blah, blah, blah? Or are you actually going to approach and take action and meet women even if you don't feel ready? Are you going to start that business or just wait till you're ready? Are you going to, procrastinate on working out instead of going to the gym consistently? Are you going to procrastinate on traveling too? Like instead of traveling and discovering the world and making this beautiful movie and memories of the world, you're just staying at the same city, the same boring commute, the same boring stuff. Like really, that thought experiment makes you think like, okay, am I gonna fucking settle for normal moments in my life, or am I gonna try to manufacture those memorable moments? And that could be approaching a stranger every day. That could be doing something unusual every day. That could be traveling to a random destination. I mean, you're not a tree. You can move everywhere. If right now you decide to come visit me in Estonia, all of you, you can come right now. You can buy a ticket to Estonia right now. Tomorrow you're in Estonia if you want to. Like you can do whatever, So really, I mean, that's the thought experiment that, you're choosing that replay right now. The replay of your life that you're going to watch for eternity, you're choosing it right now. And every decision you make is either gonna light up the screen and make you happy about the replay, or it's gonna make you like yeah, fuck this, like I should have done things differently here, and that's a boring movie. I don't want to watch it anymore. So really that thought experiment was pretty nice. It's called the theory of eternal recurrence, and it's pretty crazy. And so try to live your life from that standpoint, from this moment on. Try to live your life from that standpoint of like, if I had to watch the replay of my life, what would I do differently right now? And that's a good thought experiment. If you're watching this video, you're probably a successful guy, but you're still not dating the woman that you know you deserve. Well, in this video, I'm gonna share with you the unique method that my clients and myself have used to get dates consistently without sacrificing our work. Nowadays, the dating market is more competitive than ever. And if you just rely on luck, you'll be outpaced by all the guys who are actually having a system. A system allows you to get to your goals without having to second guess yourself or just trying to rely on outdated methods. With my method, you'll be able to get dates on autopilot without having to rely on luck. So if you're tired of constantly swiping on dating apps, second guessing yourself all the time, and having women flaking on you and rejecting you, then this is for you. My name is Limo Oueslati, and for the past 7 years, I've been traveling the world, dating some of the most beautiful women while helping hundreds of men to completely transform their dating life. This is also my client Dan. After 6 weeks of working with me, he finally got an amazing girlfriend who truly loves him and supports him. Before that, he was having dry spell after dry spell, trying to attract women on dating apps without getting anything out of it. He was trying to get the perfect pictures, the perfect bio, etc., but nothing truly worked until I showed him this unique method. If you want to get more dates starting today, then click the button below and it'll take you to a free training that will show you exactly how to get there.